photos of Amber reportedly taken after Johnny Depp allegedly attacked her. Amber says this bruise was caused by the iPhone Johnny allegedly hurled at her, this days before she filed for divorce and a restraining order. According to Amber, this set of newly released photos show her with an apparent bruise to her eye and a cut lip. In a court filing, Amber says these injuries were inflicted by Johnny in December of 2015 when she, quote, truly feared for her life. Depp denies all these accusations. Joining me, Aaron Foster, psychotherapist, Mark Eiglarsh, criminal defense attorney at speaktomark.com, and via Skype, Kevin Frazier, co-host Entertainment Tonight. Kevin, now this thing has blown up in the past 24 hours, and Mr. Depp is nowhere to be found. Is he thought to be coming forward with a statement soon, do you think?
Well, right now, Johnny Depp's on tour with his band, the Hollywood Vampires. But, of course, we've heard his daughter speak out, and we've also heard his ex-wife speak out. But right now, the evidence is starting to mount against Johnny. We'll have so much tonight on Entertainment Tonight. But also, there's the fact that, you know, now there's this hand injury that occurred allegedly last March. E.T. has learned that some of Amber's friends say his hand injury is related to him punching a wall during an argument with her. There are constant talks about how volatile this relationship was. And, of course, you know, we will chronicle Johnny's past. This isn't the first time that he's had issues.
Thank you. Now, Aaron, you're dubious about Amber's claims. Tell me why.
Well, first of all, I don't want to be accused of not believing a woman who says that she has been abused. I want to be very clear about that. However, this is a woman who has a history of unstable interpersonal relationships.
Right. Is that it? Is that the only reason you doubt her claims?
Well, it's not the only reason I doubt her claims. Because you're looking at two people who have had a toxic relationship that both participate in the relationship. And I have to wonder if she's not taking responsibility for her part in this.
Yeah, but still, if he, Mark, if he has taken whatever, whoever caused this, whoever's responsible for it, if a man strikes a woman to the point that there's a mark left behind, we got a big problem here, right?
There's no question. And the reality is only two people know what goes on behind closed doors. Sometimes injury can be self-inflicted. I've seen that. Most of the time it's not.
Are you implying that she inflicted injury on herself to get sympathy or to make this case?
Did you hear me say that, Drew?
I did not hear you say that. That's why I came back and asked you the way I asked you. I wanted to be sure I wasn't hearing that. Okay.
Thank you. I'm saying generically, there are two options in a case like this where you see photos involving injury. I've seen in my 25-year career as a prosecutor and defense attorney, people who self-inflict. I also see cases where people are abused. Most of the time, it's abuse, it's not self-inflicted. But again, we don't know anything about Johnny Depp and what he really does behind closed doors, except for what he allows us to see in interviews and in movies.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yes. And Aaron, this is very. I know you're trying to tiptoe around this because this is a very important meaning to you. To be the subject or the object of domestic violence is profoundly important, not just for you as a clinician, but you as a person, right?
Yeah, that's right. I've been very open that I was in a highly abusive relationship in my past, and frankly, what happened between these two is none of my business. But what is my business is getting the word out there that this is no joke. It's not something to cry wolf about. And if it is happening, you need to speak out and you need to get help.